You're probably sick of seeing Steam Deck videos at this point, but here are a few things you should know about the Steam Deck, so stick around. The storage capacity of an SD card will suffice. We all know that the Steam Deck will be released in 3 different versions, each with increasing storage space, and the lower tier version, which costs $399, only has 64GB of storage, which won't even hold a single modern game. Yes, there will most likely be some load time scenarios to be concerned about, but let's be honest, it'll be fine for the type of gaming we're discussing here. And even better, you'll be able to use them like cartridges. In other words, you'll install an SD card, download several Steam games to it, be able to eject it and insert a new card, and then install various games on it. Before we go into details, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Let's continue. Value Stream Deck functions almost identically to that of a cartridge-based system, with the exception that it can have multiple games on a single cartridge or SD card. Plus, SD cards are inexpensive and widely available, making it the ideal solution for those who did not spring for half-priced. Windows. How will it run your entire Steam library if the vast majority of your Steam games are Windows-based? This is because of a compatibility layer known as Proton. It's now somewhat compatible. You'll see a variety of ratings for games that you're probably interested in playing. But if you look at the list as a whole, you'll notice that a lot of games don't perform well beneath this emulation layer unless they truly perform miracles. Proton as a platform is being improved as a result of their efforts. But the point is that Proton is available and it allows you to run Windows games on Linux, which is how the compatibility on Steam Deck works. Storage capacity can be upgradable. There's a lot of speculation that the storage drive, the M2 drive inside the Steam Deck, will be replaceable, and this appears to be correct. It is unlikely, however, to be amicable. You will almost certainly need to disassemble the unit, which will void the warranty. To get in there, dig through those layers and successfully put everything back together. You may need some microelectronics technology skill sets. It won't be user-friendly and it will almost certainly void your warranty. As a bonus, the M2 drivers appear to be slightly different sized, not a consumer-friendly size like the one you'd put in your PC, so even if you can replace them, you may have difficulty finding one, and you may have to pay a premium because they aren't consumer-grade or over-the-counter style M2 drives. So if you're going to look at that kind of price. MicroSD cards as a good storage solution. The docking station does not always boost performance. We know that an official Steam Deck dock will be available in the future. But in the meantime, you can use any USB dock that you have lying around for your Chromebook or Mac. So if you have one of these, you're already one step ahead of the competition. In contrast to the Switch, which increases the power of the unit by providing more power, allowing you to run at higher resolutions. The truth is that we don't know yet, and since nothing has been revealed, we must assume that there is no proof that the dock will unlock any additional power as it does on the Switch. However, if there is sufficient power to boost processor performance, it stands to reason that Valve would take advantage of it. However, we don't know for sure and it hasn't been reported yet, so take it with a grain of salt. Battery life is entirely up to you. The game specifications you choose have a large impact on the battery's lifespan. The higher the frame rate, the better the solution, the more options you enable, the lower the battery life. So it's probably worth mentioning right now that any battery life statistics you see on the internet right now, whether by value or by third-party folks, are probably based on the concept of running at the native resolution of the Steam Deck at 30 frames per second. While they're certainly going to be able to turn that up a notch. That simple swap and go configuration could make this unit extremely simple, but we don't have enough data to know for sure. If the end user must tweak that level of performance, they may not be as successful as if only turnkey configurations were available. Specifications do not tell the entire story, so the Steam Deck has some really good specs, especially for the price, and we'll show you those right now so you can look them over. It's worth noting that the CPU will already be throttled based on power requirements to save battery life. It's going to be extremely difficult to predict how these specifications will translate into a tweaked gaming scenario on a small screen configuration. So, until we get genuine unpaid endorsers to users, who can put this thing through its paces, we won't know how well it will perform or what level of configuration at end user might be able to make, either through a third-party tool or through the SteamOS itself to improve performance based on the specifications. It is important to note, however, that we are running at an 800p system at 30 frames per second, so this isn't a 4K Ultra HD 4K. It's not possible to look at these specs and think, wow, I could get a really good experience out of this, but we won't know for sure what those specs mean until we get it in our hands of unbiased journalists, YouTube enthusiasts, and others. The size. So let's get this out of the way. It's big. It's roughly twice the size of two Vitae combined, and you have to stack 3 switches to get the right amount of weight. The truth is, despite being larger and heavier, you will get a lot of bang for your buck. However, I'd like to point out that having more width allows you to spread your hands wider when holding this guy. I don't know about you, but when I play very small handheld games like Vitas or 3DS, pushing my hands together puts strain on my wrists and forearms. As you might expect, many of these handhelds require the involvement of a third party. Grip set skin or some kind of wrapper to put it around to give you good grips and allow you to hold on to this thing without straining your hands or forearms. I believe the size will be beneficial to comfort. To be honest, my only complaint about the Nintendo Switch is that the screen is too small and there are no grips, making it uncomfortable to hold and yield for long periods. Oh, and if you believe that the early press, the Steam Deck does not appear to have that problem. I truly believe it is due to the form factor that they built in. The size and width are probably very helpful in the comfortable environment. Even things like the rear paddle that we have access to, which I am grateful for because I can't play first-person shooters or anything else without having to click in the analog sticks. I'm very happy that I don't have to use the rear paddles like on the Elite controllers anymore, and I truly believe that the form factor, size, and width of the Steam Deck will be ideal. Contrary to popular belief, it's not going to play everything. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Without Blizzard Net, there is no Call of Duty. If there is no Blizzard Net, there is no Overwatch. Call of Duty is one of the world's most popular franchise games, and there isn't a single instance of it running on Steam. Why? Because Blizzard Net is unlikely to run under Linux, and it is unlikely to run under Proton. Otherwise, we'd be hearing about it all the time, and someone would be showing us a Call of Duty Black Ops video right now. A Cold War is raging on the Steam Deck. The truth is that Blizzard will not bend over backwards to help Steam Deck out and get their signature products like Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and Call of Duty on there. And cloud gaming will not save you because they don't want you playing in the cloud. Blizzard has already severed people's knees, such as Nvidia GeForce, now removing the ability to stream games on the cloud. They don't want you doing it so you can install Windows, as we discussed above, but there's no guarantee that the drivers will make running this software work. We also know there's anti-cheat technology out there that is preventing like 4 of the top 10 games on the PC from being playable on the Steam Deck. Yes, your entire Steam library is visible on SteamOS, but is everything playable? Only time is going to tell how that plays out, but right now, despite being in your Steam library, those several anti-cheat based games do not currently run. Will they run by the time the Steam Deck is released? We'll see. But I'm willing to bet that your entire Steam library will not run on the Steam Deck when it arrives. And that's something you should keep in mind, especially if you are a big Call of Duty fan like me. Of course, as time goes on, we'll have more coverage of the real world here. And that's all for today, folks. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button for our channel so you never miss an amazing video from us. Till next time.